This week's Torah portion is called Parasha's Vayeshev. And we read in it about Jacob and his sons. And we read about Joseph, his favored son, the son of Rachel, the woman he loved. So Joseph is favored. He's given this coat of multicolors, which bring envy and jealousy from the brothers. And Joseph also tells them about dreams. In this week's Torah portion, he relates the dreams of sheaves of wheat that will bow down to him, that the sun and the moon and the stars will bow down to him. And again, we have these dreams bringing about hatred and jealousy from the brothers. Joseph comes to find the brothers out shepherding, and they decide, for whatever reason, many reasons given, to kill him. But instead of killing him, they throw him into a pit, into a dark pit, from which he is then pulled out and sold into slavery, goes down to Egypt, becomes the slave of Potiphar. And Potiphar's wife takes a liking to him and wants to have relations with him. And we read about an episode in this week's Torah portion where Potiphar's wife and Joseph are alone in the house, and she tries to seduce him. And he somehow has the fortitude to withstand her and to run outside. And our commentators teach us that he looked into the window, and in the window, he saw an image of his father. And that image of his father gave him the strength to run outside and to muster up the courage to not succumb. It's interesting to note that the word for window in Hebrew is chalon. And the letters that spell that word chalon also spell out lachadlik ner Chanukah, lighting the Chanukah candles. So we have these two images these two stories of Joseph being in a dark place. He's in the pit, and he's in the dungeon that Potiphar throws him into after Potiphar's wife accuses him of raping her. So he's in these dark places, and he's looking up to the light. He's looking from the pit up, and he's pulled out, and he's looking from the dungeon up to the small window that's at the top of his dungeon cell, and he's looking up towards the light. We also read that Jacob never mourned fully for Joseph. He never believed that Joseph was dead. He had faith in Joseph. He believed in Joseph. He had a dream that he would one day see Joseph. So he's in a constant state of mourning, but he's also in a constant state of giving Joseph strength because of the belief that Jacob had in him. And perhaps this is something we could take note of. When we are in dark places, and we're in many dark places, that we can look up to the light, whether we feel like we're in a pit, or whether we feel like in a dungeon, or whether we feel like it's just the dark, long nights of winter, that we can look at the Chanukah menorah, or we can look in the window and see images of people that we can draw strength from, who are giving us strength, who believe in us, and know that with that strength and with knowing that God is with us, that we will prevail and that we will bring light, shiny, white, bright light to the dark days that we are in.